In this video, I'm going to show you how to cancel a California LLC that is less than 1 year old and has had no business activity. It's really simple, and this is the form that we are going to use. You can find it by clicking the link in the description. If your LLC is older than 1 year, or you've done any type of business or made any sales, you need to fill out a different form, which is Form 4-7, and that is a different video. This is Form 4-8, only for LLCs less than 1 year old. By filling out this form and mailing it in to the Secretary of State, it's going to cost you $0, and it's a little bit easier in my opinion. So we're going to stick with mailing it in. Now, in order to find your entity, you need to go to sos.ca.gov. This is the California Secretary of State website. It is also linked in the description below. Click on Business, and then click on Biz File Online. Then we're going to go over here to the left, and we're going to click on Search. Now we need to type in the name of the LLC we want to cancel. We'll hit enter. Once it gets pulled up, you can click on it and see all the information here on the right. So what we're going to do is we're simply going to copy and paste the name and the entity number into our form. So the name is going to go right here, and the entity number, which is right here, you can copy and paste and put directly on the form right below. Now, when it comes to the comments, I wrote in something really simple, and because I'm using a web browser, it duplicated onto 3 lines. I don't think it's a big deal. Here's what I typed in the comment section. Open for less than 6 months, do not need the LLC, no business activity or money earned. Super simple, right? Now we can move on to the second page. So while you're looking up your entity number and typing all this stuff in, I'm going to explain a few more key details that you have to be aware of. Remember, this short form is only for LLCs that have been in existence for less than 1 year. Next, the business can't have any outstanding debts or liens on the business. That's loans in the business's name or judgments or liens put on the business itself. Next, I need to bring up tax returns. Your business doesn't have any business activity. And if it's a single member LLC, like you filed this yourself, you won't have a business tax return for it. It will go on your personal tax return. Therefore, you don't need to do anything. But if you're a partnership, that you form this LLC with another person, it's going to automatically tax this LLC as a partnership, and partnerships need to file their own tax returns. So even if you have had 0 business activity, but you filed the LLC with another person, you're going to have to submit a final tax return to the IRS. Even if everything is 0, you need to submit it and check the box that says final return. This way, the IRS knows that there won't be any future business activity. But they need to know because when you form this business as a partnership, they're expecting a tax return for you. Now remember, if you just filed this yourself like I have and it's a single member LLC, it's disregarded. Therefore, that step does not need to be taken, only for partnerships. Next, the LLC can't have any assets owned in its name if you're going to cancel it, and it can't have any outstanding liabilities, which are debts. So you'll want to get rid of those first. Next, and most importantly, the business can't have had any business activity whatsoever from the time you filed the articles of organization or formed the LLC up until the day you cancel it. So if you do have business activity, you need to go file Form 4-7 instead of this. But if you're still watching, I don't think that's you. The next thing is voting. Now, if this is a single member LLC, like it is for me, you don't need to hold a vote or anything because there's no one to vote with. But if you're a partnership, you do need to hold a vote. Now, there's no forms you need to fill out or anything. It's just a conversation you need to have, and it's just something you need to talk about to make sure that all parties are willing to close or dissolve the LLC. But if it's just you, you're all good. You don't have to worry about voting. And lastly, if you invested any money into this business to get it started, all of that has to be returned to the original people that invested the money. It's probably you putting a few $1,000s into the business bank account. If that's the case, return the money to you and you're good. That does not count as business activity. And that covers pretty much everything. This is a pretty simple process if you're just a single member LLC. There's no other forms that you need to submit. You don't need to tell the IRS. You don't need to tell the Franchise Tax Board. All you have to do is update the Secretary of State with this form right here. And in order to do that, you're going to print it by going up here to the print icon. And after it's been printed out, you're going to sign it, put it in an envelope, and mail it to the address at the top of this form. Now, before you send this in, there is one other thing that I suggest that you do. Include a check for $5. If you do that, they will send you a certificate of dissolution. And what that is proof that you shut this LLC down. This way, if the IRS comes knocking, or if the Franchise Tax Board comes knocking on your door saying, hey, you owe us money, you could say, no, actually, I have a certificate from the Secretary of State after closing this LLC. So here's my proof that the LLC no longer exists and didn't have any business activity. Therefore, I don't owe you any money. I personally think that $5 is worth spending just to have that peace of mind in case they come knocking, because oftentimes they do, and they are people. They will make mistakes. After this has been mailed in and you get your certificate back, you're good to go. And that is how you cancel an LLC in California that is less than 12 months old. And in my opinion, the easiest method. Now, if this was a mistake that you're fixing, like me, and you need to open up a new LLC, I recommend using ZenBusiness. I'll leave a link in the description below so you can easily get that taken care of. You can also watch this video right here to get walked through the entire process. ZenBusiness just makes it simple. Just sit down, you fill out all the information, and they'll take care of all of it. The EIN, the LLC, the bank account, all of the certificates that you need, and they'll save it all in an online dashboard for you. Plus, they've got a great support team, and over 800,000 people have used them to form their LLCs, including myself. I hope this video was helpful. Everything is linked in the description below for you. If you have any questions or if you need any other help, I've got a ton of YouTube videos. You can also DM me on Instagram at Vanader Growth. Otherwise, I hope you have a great day, and thanks for watching.